Welcome to Sunday Night Prime Time. We'll get our first look at Matthew Stafford as a Ram, taking on a familiar foe in the Chicago Bears. It's the close of football on this opening Sunday, and it comes your way next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, it's the Sunday night opener for the new NFL season between the Chicago Bears and the Los Angeles Rams. Again, everyone, Brandon Gaudin, so happy to be with you to kick off this much-anticipated 2021 season. With me in the booth as we begin our sixth season together is, of course, Charles Davis. And, CD, so much to watch for coming up. What are you keeping an eye on?
Well, Brandon, I'm ecstatic to be back with you, of course, and we've got a good one right here out of the gates. I'm interested in seeing some of the changes in 2021. Running backs and wideouts, even linebackers wearing single-digit numbers. But even more than that, I want to see the changes defenses have made because last year, we averaged 49.6 points per game. That's a high.
It's the marquee game of opening weekend, and off we go on a Sunday night on EA Sports. Jackson now to return. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Quarterback Matthew Stafford bringing out the LA offense. And Stafford, of course, all those years in Detroit, and now in his first season with Los Angeles.
And what big news it was back in January when news leaked out that Matthew Stafford was leaving Detroit and heading out west.
On first down, it's Stafford. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. To throw is Stafford. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Just 2 plays in, and Charles already their first sack defensively.
Yeah, how about that? That didn't take long, did it? And now they look at third down, and that's another time to try and go and get the quarterback too.
After the sack, they'll come up now third and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw to Michelle on the screen. Call it a pickup of 3, and also now likely a punt on their opening drive. So, Charles, first drive here, little safe completion underneath, maybe get some rhythm, get your feet wet, so to speak.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game when you're getting started and you pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. In this case, it's not just dumping it to a back and he's able to run with the ball, but you get your offensive linemen involved because they get to get out and run and hit people in the open field. Everyone getting their feet wet early.
Nifty move, and bulldozing his way through. 46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And the Bears take over. For the first time, here comes the Chicago Bear offense, led out by the veteran in his first season in Chicago, but 11th overall, the Red Rifle Andy Dalton.
A day one starter his rookie year. He also won a whole lot of games as well. First 5 years, the Bengals went to the playoffs each and every year. Continues to evolve as a quarterback, learning how to work around a running game, an offensive line, and receivers that continue to develop.
Up from the secondary to make the tackle, Jalen Ramsey.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Now third down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there. That'll be taken in by Demir Bird. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first. A gain of 4, not enough. And it looks like punt time on their opening drive as it's 4th down.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the 3rd down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure he didn't give up much run after catch.
No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. Well, Charles, as the Rams come back out here on offense, let's think about their 2021 campaign. Remember, they were 10-6 last year, but now the they'll run for the first time with Sony Michel. And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10. Bilal Nichols there on the stop. Another carry for Michel on 2nd down. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. He's got his target. It's the tight end, Tyler Higbee. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam. Oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. They'll run out of the gun with Michel. Oh, he bowls over him. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaking up on that last play. Boy, not what you want to see in quarter 1 of the new year. We'll be back. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Stafford. That is caught at the 7. And the Rams are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. And this is going to be caught. No, they say it's incomplete. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So they were looking to throw, holding in the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
The Rams with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Now Stafford. And this is caught at the 8. A gain of 9 there. Sets up 2nd and goal.
A 9-yard gain brings up 2nd and goal. And the Bears 8-yard.
They'll turn to Michel as they go back to the ground. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and
now Stafford on 3rd and goal. This is caught. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal. And Gay knocks this one through. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Charles, Chicago's offense comes back out here, and as they do, want to ask you about what's going on there. 8-8 last year for the 2nd consecutive season. Did get into the playoffs, but lost in the wild card round. But this is one of those franchises, CD, it seems, where you're always talking about the quarterback position. Well, they get Fields, but now it looks like Andy Dalton is the guy. How do you see this playing out, and how long until we probably see Fields under center?
I love how you pose that because you spend a lot of time in the Midwest, as do I. And anytime you talk to a Bears fan, it's always about the fact that they haven't had their franchise quarterback since, a lot of people will say Jim McMahon. Before that, you'd say Sid Luckman. They just have not had that person. Now they draft Justin Fields, and he's not going to start week 1. A lot of Bears fans are unhappy about that. But the staff wants to bring him along slowly. I don't think it'll be as slow as they expect. He creates big plays, and that only help a really good defense if they can get some offense going.
I just have to say that I looked up Sid Luckman while you were talking. He played from 1939 to 1950. So if he and McMahon are the two, I guess it's time in Chicago for a stalwart under center. They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Passing, it's Dalton. Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack. The perennial Pro Bowler Aaron Donald gets the sack.
13.5 sacks in 2020, which tied for 2nd in the NFL behind T.J. Watt of Pittsburgh. We're getting to that territory where we're starting to take this man for granted. Defensive Player of the Year, 3 out of the last 4 seasons in the NFL.
Shot here for Dalton. And firing a deep ball for Komet. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there.
First down.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. We remind you that coming up at the half, we'll hand things off to Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have scores from earlier today, plus a look ahead as well, so you won't want to miss that. A lot going on here in Week 1. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
2nd and 10. Here's Dalton. And he checks this one down to Williams. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
36-yard attempt.
And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is, you got to push it.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Stafford. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Cooper Kupp there, and it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 6 yards to go.
From the gun, here's Stafford. Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Stafford now to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. Woods the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. To the air again, Stafford. And he'll find his target, Woods. It's complete. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Now a timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Here's Johnny Hekker now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we've reached halftime here in our initial Sunday night telecast of the new season. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll start over at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. Tom Brady, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. From there, we're off to check out another game. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting Jacksonville Jaguars. Deshaun Watson with 3 touchdown passes in the Week 1 victory. And finally, on Monday Night Football, we'll have fans at Allegiant Stadium for the very first time. What a night it'll be. Ravens, Raiders, live from Las Vegas. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Bears. And there's not much to speak of in terms of passing efficiency. But in a tie game, they know a few tweaks could make a big difference going forward. Meanwhile, for the Rams, they too have found passing lanes to be hard to come by so far. As you see by the numbers, they'll need to figure that out in the second half.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. And the half will begin with a touchback. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter.
It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing, Dalton.
Open man is Kmet, the tight end.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
A very nice job right there, working the middle of the field, able to create some separation and then utilize it to not just make the catch, but turn upfield once he got the ball in his hands.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And Dalton to throw. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line.
Well, the #1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
And they decided to go with the safety blitz there. And look, if that gets picked up, quarterback really has the advantage then because he'll have more time to throw the football and some wide open space. But when it doesn't, that's a guy who gets a free run into the backfield. And oftentimes, the QB ends up on his backside as he did there.
He'll get that complete to his tight end, Komet.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
The Rams calling on their nickel set here defensively for third down. So Dalton now. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up fourth. The LA defense up the snuff in coverage there. Pushes this to fourth down. Santos' kick is up and through. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3. So they don't get a touchdown here on the opening drive of the third quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you've motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15.
Now the attention turns back to the Rams offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half.
And they find themselves down on the scoreboard following the field goal a moment ago.
And I think even though they trail in the game now, I would consider...
On second and a couple, Stafford. And this will be incomplete.
Bryson Hopkins, the intended receiver.
And it's third and short.
Brings up the third down.
Stafford. And able to find Higbee. It's complete. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? A guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route well run, and the football right on the money.
Now a first down carry. It's Michel. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Throwing is Stafford. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is third down. A shotgun snap for Stafford. He'll get this one to Cup, complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. The Rams, they are on the move. They've got another first down.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better for this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a first down.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Stafford. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Jackson. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 10 more there and another first down. Stafford looks to throw again. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Khalil Mack. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards.
You say Khalil Mack and offensive coordinators get very, very nervous, and there's another example of exactly why. 9 sacks in 2020. He's been named to 6 consecutive Pro Bowls and been an All-Pro in 2 of the previous 3 seasons in Chicago.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Another try after the first down sack. Stafford. Open man, Higbee, the tight end. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And this is picked up by the Bears. And the return will stop right around the 25. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
All right, let's see what Dalton can do after the fumble recovery. Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, finding his way into the backfield. Here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. On second down, it's Montgomery. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Call it a 3-yard gain, but they'll be forced into a 3rd and 15 coming up. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back, tell him to take care of the ball, and try and move forward.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Here's Jackson. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. Been already. Could the best finish be coming here on Sunday night? We'll find out as we come up on a 1st and 10. Now it's Stafford. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Khalil Mack, his 2nd sack of the night.
Well, I think that time he just maybe held on to it a little too long, CD, because after a couple of seconds in this league, you know those defenders are coming.
And how many times did we talk about complementary football? And we're usually talking about, does the offense help the defense? Does the defense help the offense? I think in this case, does the quarterback help out his offensive line? You only have a certain amount of time to get rid of the football. They can only do so much. On this play, he took them to the limits.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. If they get nothing else here on 3rd down, it'd be a 53-yard attempt from this spot. To throw is Stafford. Being chased out left. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
Matt Gay for the Rams field goal. A 53-yard attempt.
Gay's kick is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
Taking it about the 1. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
Now the Bears offense ready to take over again.
And we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest to this 4th quarter.
Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. So we come up here on 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down. Play action now, Dalton. And he's got the speedster Goodwin. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards and a Chicago 1st down. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 7 yards there on the first down screen play.
He'll get this underneath to Montgomery.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. That one a first down pickup of 8. Dalton. And he finds Montgomery complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
Handoff comes to Montgomery. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. A second broken tackle. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. First down for the Bears, a gain of 15. Boy, missed tackles. That could be their downfall, Charles.
Yeah, they actually let him out of bounds there. Instead of the clock continuing to run, they let him out, and it turned into another timeout for him. Not good at all.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. They'll run with Montgomery. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. And the ball smacked down on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. A give. This is Montgomery. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. Here is Montgomery on 3rd and goal. 4 yards, that gets him close to the goal line, but it also brings up a 4th and goal.
Defensively, that's a nice stop there on 3rd down here in the 4th quarter. Now, offensively, kicking the field goal, taking the lead, right?
It certainly appears that way, doesn't it? Especially since you got stopped on the previous play. But if you've got something you really like, something that you've practiced all week, and you think, hey, this is the time to use it, this is the play, I wouldn't be deterred. I would gamble a little bit and go for it right now.
And this one is right through. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So it's not quite over yet, but you have to figure they pretty well got this one on ice now.
And Brandon, I'm trying to figure out how they remain so calm in these situations and then go out and execute, because I'm up here shaking like a leaf, and I wasn't the one who had to make that kick.
They look calm, but I bet if you had a heart rate monitor on it, it'd be up in the 300s right now. Well, this one, partner, was fun down to the very end. They got the points late, right before the whistle. Then the ensuing kickoff. They were hoping for magic on the other side, but couldn't get that spark.
Fun if you won, and fun for us, because we got to watch it and call it. That magic that you were talking about didn't occur at the end, but what a game all the way through.
So for Chicago, it wasn't always pretty, but they do eke out the Week 1 victory here by a field goal. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for Los Angeles, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Indianapolis to take on the Colts.